It's not a list. That's the first thing. Your phone number is not simply on a list, certainly not with Hyatt. It's quite a bit more complicated than that. Systems like ours are watching all activity from a phone number. For every day, how many calls did you create? How many of those were answered? What was your average duration? How many different people did you call? How many of them called you back? What time of day were you calling? What day of the week were you calling? We have over 60 different metrics that we're counting. And we're doing this because it lets us fingerprint the unique characteristics of the spammers and scammers from the legitimate traffic. Our system has some sophisticated AI trained models that can determine for this caller, for this particular call, do we think might be spam or scam? And then at the end, when it's all over, we will recollect the information about that call. Did the recipient end up answering it? How long were they on the phone for? And recipients can actually submit information to Hyatt. So they can tell us if they thought it was a spam call, or they can choose to block it. And those are factors that then affect the numbers, reputation in the future. A lot of enterprises may not even know that they're being flagged. If you think there's a possibility that your business might be getting flagged, even if not, we strongly recommend all businesses to register at freecallerindustry.com. The purpose of this is to ensure that our analytics knows which phone numbers are owned by a legitimate business. With all that said, we wanted to provide a few tips and tricks that we'd recommend to enterprises on how to just avoid this problem in the first place. The main factors are both how are you creating your calls and how are the recipients reacting to you. So we need to try and control both. Stick to the same phone numbers. If you keep rapidly changing it, you're a stranger every single time. Say up front why you're calling. And similarly, we strongly recommend to actually listen to the recipient. If you keep calling and it never gets answered, give up. Leave a voicemail message. Another very common thing that people report is, I don't know who this was because we don't have identity, and then they don't leave a message. We recommend using good contact times. Obviously, don't call at inconvenient times. Call them in the middle of the night. Call them during dinner. That always irritates people. They report to us. That affects our system. And lastly, keep an eye on your call centers. So some of the most common complaints that we receive will be something like, I answered the phone, there was dead air, and then they hung up on me. We get that a lot. And also make sure they're sticking to their scripts. We do see lots of comments saying like they were rude, they were profane, they were aggressive. We need to be as respectful as possible. We know consumers don't mind phone calls. They just need to be actually useful to them. So this is where our service Hyatt Connect really comes in. Our goal is to add that trust and identity back to all of your phone calls. Showing who you are, showing your logo, stating why you're calling, so that when the person does answer, you know that they wanted to talk to you. They know who you are, so they're not going to report you. Most likely they'll be like, I know why you're calling. You know, I'm a good choice if I want to engage. We're able to do this for a massive traffic segment with our partnership with AT&T for well over a third of your phone calls. If you think you might be getting flagged, don't forget to go register yourself at freecallerindustry.com, and Hyatt can actually provide you a free reputation analysis to tell you if that's happening. Contact us at this email address, sdr@hyatt.com. And similarly, once we have that, bringing in identity is the obvious next step. Identifying who you are, getting analytics into what's happening with your call traffic, creating that more positive reputation and relationship. That's what Hyatt Connect can provide. So again, contacting us, sdr@hyatt.com, would get you a free assessment.